The Berlin Ladies Open has officially exploded into the center of the tennis universe. What began as another important stop on the grass court calendar has transformed into a tournament that could redefine the future of women's tennis itself. The atmosphere surrounding the semifinals is unlike anything Berlin has witnessed in years. The crowds are louder, the stakes are higher, the pressure is suffocating. And standing at the center of it all is a 21-year-old Filipina rewriting the history books one match at a time. Welcome, tennis fans from every corner of the world, to what promises to be one of the defining matches of the 2026 season. Today, we break down the blockbuster semi-final showdown between Alexandra Eala and Linda Nosková, a clash bursting with tactical intrigue, emotional drama, national pride, and enormous consequences for the future of the WTA Tour. This is not simply another semi-final. This is the collision of two rising stars on one of the sport's fastest, most unforgiving surfaces. A battle between fearless momentum and brutal firepower. A rematch loaded with unfinished business. A contest that could permanently alter the trajectory of two young careers. And the tennis world cannot stop talking about it. Inside Berlin's historic Steffi Graf Stadion, anticipation is reaching a fever pitch. The Philippine flags are already waving across the stands. Chants of Laban echo through the corridors hours before the first ball is even struck. German fans, neutral spectators, journalists, former players, and analysts all sense the same thing. Something special is happening in Berlin. Because Alexandra Eala is no longer just a promising young player. She is becoming a phenomenon. Her run through the Berlin draw has stunned the sport. One upset would have been impressive enough. Two would have been remarkable. But what Eala has done this week borders on unbelievable. First came the gritty victory over streaking Queen's Club champion Donna Vekic, a player who arrived in Berlin riding a wave of confidence after one of the most improbable grass court title runs of the season. Eala weathered the storm, survived pressure moments, and closed the match with fearless shot-making. Then came the earthquake. World number 2 Elena Rybakina, Wimbledon champion, Australian Open champion, one of the most dominant grass court players of her generation. Eala didn't just survive against her. She beat her. The victory sent shockwaves through the WTA Tour. Suddenly, the entire tennis world turned its attention toward Berlin. Social media exploded. Sports networks interrupted regular programming. Fans in Manila stayed awake deep into the night screaming in disbelief as Eala collapsed to the grass after match point. And somehow, less than 24 hours later, she returned to center court and dismantled world number 8 Alina Svitolina in straight sets. That was the moment perceptions truly changed. Upsets happen in tennis. Emotional surges happen. One magical performance can appear out of nowhere. But backing up a career-defining win against another elite top 10 player immediately afterward, that requires something entirely different. That requires maturity. That requires elite mental discipline. That requires belief. Alexandra Eala suddenly looks like a player who expects to win these matches now. Her movement on grass has been exceptional. Her left-handed patterns are causing nightmares for right-handed opponents. Her return game has operated at a level usually associated with established champions. Most importantly, her composure under pressure has evolved dramatically throughout the season. She is no longer simply reacting to big moments. She is controlling them. But now comes perhaps the most fascinating challenge of all. Because standing across the net is Linda Nosková. And Noskova represents everything terrifying about the next generation of power tennis. The 19-year-old Czech star has blasted her way through the Berlin draw with ruthless efficiency. While Eala's run has captured hearts through emotional drama and giant-killing victories, Noskova has operated more like a precision-guided missile. Cold, clinical, explosive. Her quarterfinal demolition of Paula Badosa lasted just 68 minutes. 6-1, 6-3. An absolute serving clinic. Noskova's game on grass looks tailor-made for domination. Her first serve is one of the most dangerous weapons remaining in the tournament. Her flat baseline drives stay incredibly low on grass, skidding through the court with terrifying pace. And when she establishes rhythm early in rallies, opponents often find themselves immediately trapped in defensive positions. The Czech Republic has produced generations of elite women's tennis players, from Grand Slam champions to world number ones. Noskova is viewed by many analysts as the next standard-bearer of that extraordinary tradition. And she enters this semi-final carrying a massive psychological advantage. Because just a few months ago, these two players already met. Indian Wells. Round of 16. March 2026. That day was brutal for Alexandra Eala. Noskova overwhelmed her completely in a ruthless 6-2, 6-0 demolition that lasted less than an hour. The Czech dictated every exchange, robbed Eala of time immediately, and exposed the physical and tactical gap that appeared to exist between them. At the time, the match looked like a harsh lesson for a talented young player still learning how to compete consistently against the elite tier of the WTA Tour. But Berlin is not Indian Wells. Grass changes everything. And that is what makes this semi-final so fascinating. On hard courts, Noskova's flat hitting sits perfectly in her strike zone. The higher bounce gives her time to unleash her full power. The slower conditions in Indian Wells allowed her to set her feet and tee off relentlessly. Grass removes many of those comforts. The ball stays low. The skidding bounce disrupts timing. Players must constantly adjust their knees and balance. Footwork becomes infinitely more important. Defensive recovery time shrinks dramatically. Suddenly, the matchup dynamics look completely different. Eala's left-handed serve becomes far more dangerous on grass, especially out wide in the deuce court. Her heavy topspin forehand jumps awkwardly off the surface. Her slice stays low and difficult to attack. And her movement this week has looked significantly more natural and fluid than Noskova's. Most importantly, Eala is entering this semi-final as a transformed player mentally. The girl who walked onto court in Indian Wells uncertain whether she truly belonged among the elite has disappeared. Berlin has changed her. You can see it in the body language. You can hear it in the interviews. You can feel it in the way she plays the biggest points. Against Rybakina, she recovered from an early 4-1 deficit without panic. Against Svitolina, she absorbed momentum swings without losing tactical discipline. Against Vekic, she survived pressure moments and closed fearlessly. Every match demanded a different solution. Every match revealed another layer of growth. That growth now collides directly with Noskova's overwhelming power. So, what decides this semifinal? First and foremost, serve quality. Noskova's serve has been devastating throughout Berlin. She protects service games quickly, earns free points under pressure, and constantly keeps opponents scrambling defensively from the very first strike. If she maintains a high first serve percentage, Eala could find herself playing from behind almost immediately. However, Eala's return game may be the best it has looked in her entire career. She's been stepping aggressively inside the baseline on second serves, taking returns early and redirecting pace brilliantly. Her ability to neutralize elite servers has been one of the defining stories of this tournament. Second, baseline positioning. Noskova wants short points and first strike tennis. She wants to dictate direction immediately and keep Eala trapped behind the baseline. Eala must disrupt rhythm constantly. That means changing spin, mixing height, using slices, pulling Noskova off the court with left-handed angles, making the Czech generate power from uncomfortable positions rather than allowing her to settle into clean striking patterns. Third, emotional control. This could become enormous. Noskova enters the match believing she already solved this puzzle in Indian Wells. That memory provides confidence and clarity. If she starts quickly again, she may attempt to recreate the same suffocating pressure immediately. But Eala's belief right now borders on dangerous. Players often speak about seeing the ball differently during hot streaks. Everything slows down. Confidence expands. Pressure transforms into fuel instead of fear. That appears to be exactly where Alexandra Eala is mentally right now. She no longer looks intimidated by rankings or reputations. She looks liberated by them. And the atmosphere inside Steffi Graf Stadion could become a massive factor. The crowd has fully embraced Eala's run. Philippine supporters have transformed Berlin into something resembling a Davis Cup environment. Every winner produces deafening noise. Every break point feels emotionally charged. Every comeback moment ignites the stadium. Noskova has the game to silence crowds. But handling emotional momentum against a player riding national support is never easy. One crucial sequence could swing the entire emotional balance of the match. And then there's Wimbledon. Hovering over everything in Berlin is the reality that Wimbledon begins in just over a week. The ranking points from this tournament matter enormously. A deep run here could secure Eala a seeded position at Wimbledon for the first time in her career, protecting her from facing elite opponents early in the draw. That changes everything. For Noskova, the stakes are equally massive. A title run would strengthen her push toward the top 10 and establish her as one of the most dangerous grass court threats entering the biggest tournament in the sport. This semi-final is not simply about one final. It is about momentum, belief, validation, legacy. For the Philippines, Alexandra Eala represents something far larger than tennis. She is opening doors that previously seemed unreachable. Every victory expands the imagination of young athletes watching from Southeast Asia. Every upset proves that world-class tennis excellence can emerge from places the sport historically overlooked. A victory over Noskova would elevate her from rising star to legitimate Wimbledon threat overnight. Meanwhile, Noskova is fighting to confirm that the future of Czech tennis remains secure in her hands. She possesses the power, confidence, and fearless aggression required to dominate this era of women's tennis. And she knows she already crushed Eala once before. That memory matters, which is why this matchup feels so beautifully balanced. Momentum versus history, variation versus raw power, belief versus authority. Two young stars. One final spot on the line, and perhaps the beginning of a rivalry that could define the next generation of women's tennis. No matter who wins, this semi-final already feels larger than Berlin itself. Because when tennis produces moments like this, rising stars colliding under immense pressure with the entire world watching, the sport transforms into something unforgettable. So now the question belongs to all of you. Can Alexandra Eala continue this magical grass court run and finally avenge the brutal Indian Wells defeat? Can her tactical versatility, left-handed creativity, and emotional momentum overpower one of the biggest hitters on tour? Or will Linda Noskova's devastating serve, explosive baseline power, and prior dominance prove too much once again? Who reaches the Berlin Open final? And after everything we've witnessed this week, how dangerous do both of these players become heading into Wimbledon? Drop your predictions, tactical breakdowns, and scorelines below because this semi-final has all the ingredients of an instant classic. The future of women's tennis is stepping onto center court, and the entire world is watching.